Welcome to this guide on pre-arrival and pre-departure procedures at Penang Port. In this video, we will explore the full sequence of legal and operational requirements for vessels entering and leaving the port. Based on the Merchant Shipping Ordinance 1952, MSO 1952, Customs Act 1967, Penang Port Commission Act 1955, PPC Act 1955, and relevant Malaysian shipping notices. Pre-arrival procedure for ships at Penang Port. Before entering Penang Port, every master of a vessel must submit a pre-arrival notification (PAN) to the Maritime Transport Security Officer (MTSO) at least 48 hours before arrival. This requirement is mandated under MSO 1952 Section 249.0(1) and enforced through Malaysia Shipping Notice 38/2010, MSN 38/2010. The PAN must include ship particulars, including name, flag, IMO number, and type of ship. Last port of call. Crew and passenger lists. Intended purpose of visit, such as crew exchange. Declaration of any dangerous or prohibited goods on board. Ship owner must ensure the latest Malaysian legislation, international rules, ISPS code, relevant MSN notices, and safety publications are accessible on board. If the vessel arrives without a valid International Ship Security Certificate, ISSC, or is considered a security risk, the MTSO may order the ship to anchor at a designated area, conduct security inspection, and complete a declaration of security before port operations or crew movements. The shipping agent in Penang plays a crucial role in registering the vessel in the Ship Clearance System, SCS, entering, estimated time of arrival, ETA, and departure, ETD. Last port of call. Purpose of call, such as crew exchange. Uploading certified copies of ISSC, Certificate of Registry, Maritime Declaration of Health, MDH, and crew list. The SCS automatically alerts the Malaysia Marine Department, Royal Malaysian Customs Department, Immigration Department of Malaysia, Ministry of Health Malaysia, and Penang Port Commission to facilitate smooth pre-arrival processing. Pre-arrival legal and reporting requirements under the Merchant Shipping Ordinance 1952, MSO 1952. The master's pre-arrival reporting obligations include Section 228, notice to be given of day of sailing, giving notice of the day of sailing to the port officer. Delivering correct passenger and crew lists to the port officer as soon as practicable. Producing all certificates, manifests, and compliance documents before clearance. Under the Customs Act 1967, pre-arrival obligations include Section 52, master or agent of arriving vessel to present complete manifest, presenting a true and complete inward manifest to the proper officer of customs not less than 24 hours before arrival. Completing Form Customs Number 1 as part of the pre-arrival processing PAP framework. The Penang Port Commission Act 1955, PPC Act, empowers the Commission to regulate vessel placement, docking, and cargo handling through Sections 63 and 66, ensuring vessels comply with port rules upon arrival. Arrival procedure at Penang Port. Upon arrival, 1. Reporting the arrival. The master must immediately report to the proper officer of customs. Customs Act 1967, Section 36, arriving vessels, unless exempted, to be reported and produce papers, including details about vessel, name, registration details, IMO number, cargo, type, quantity, hazardous goods, crew, names and nationalities, voyage history, previous ports, and arrival dates. This is mandatory for all vessels, unless exempted under Section 39. Vessels exempted from requiring port clearance. Failure to report the arrival as required can lead to a fine of up to 50,000 ringgit or imprisonment for up to 3 years as stated in Section 36(3). 2. Documentation submission. The master or agent must submit all required documentation, such as port clearance, cargo manifests, and crew lists. Failure to comply may result in fines of up to Rm 50,000 or imprisonment for up to 3 years. 3. Inspection and retention of documents. The customs officer has the authority to retain the port clearance or any other documents issued by the last port of call if deemed necessary. This is to ensure that the vessel complies with the required customs regulations. Pre-departure port clearance procedures. Before a vessel can depart Penang Port, port clearance must be obtained as mandated by Customs Act 1967, Sections 37 to 38. 1. Submission of outward manifest. Vessels must submit a true outward manifest at least 24 hours before departure, Sections 57 to 59. This manifest includes cargo, passengers, crew, and details of goods subject to export duty. 2. Port clearance application. The master or agent provides all required particulars to the customs officer. Clearance confirms that all customs obligations have been met, including duties, taxes, and documentation. 3. Issuance of port clearance. Once verified, the customs officer issues the formal port clearance, which must be carried on board while in territorial waters. 4. Compliance with Penang Port Commission orders. The vessel must follow any berthing or movement instructions issued by the Port Commission under Sections 63 and 66 of PPC Act 1955. 5. Sailing permit. The master must produce the sailing permit, Surat Izin Berlayar, once all customs and security checks are completed. According to Rule 14 of the Federation Port Rules 1953, the master must display the blue flag, Blue Peter, International Code Flag P, signaling clearance for departure. 6. Security checks. Under MSO 1952, Section 249's 1 and MSN 38-2010, vessels under suspicion may be detained for inspection until security clearance is given. Penalties for non-compliance. Failing to adhere to pre-arrival or pre-departure requirements can result in significant penalties. MSO 1952, Section 81, accessibility to legislations and publications. Failure to have the latest legislation and publications on board can result in fines of up to Rm 25,000 per ship. Customs Act 1967, Section 37, no vessel unless exempted, to sail without port clearance. Departing without port clearance can lead to detention of the vessel, fines up to Rm 50,000, or imprisonment for up to 3 years. MSN 38-2010 and Section 249AB of MSO 1952 Maritime Transport Security Rules. Non-compliance with pre-arrival, pre-departure notifications may result in fines up to Rm 25,000, imprisonment up to 2 years, or both. PPC Act 1955, Section 68, penalties for infringing bylaws. Breaching bylaws, including orders on docking, mooring, or leaving wharves, may incur fines of up to Rm 1,000 per offense, plus Rm 250 per day for continued non-compliance. In summary, pre-arrival notifications, port clearance, and compliance with port security and customs regulations are mandatory for all vessels at Penang Port. The master, owner, and shipping agent must ensure submission of pre-arrival notifications and manifests, compliance with customs, immigration, and port security, retention and presentation of all required documents, following port orders and security instructions. Failure to comply can result in fines, imprisonment, or vessel detention. By following these procedures, vessels can ensure smooth and lawful operations at Penang Port, avoiding delays and penalties. Thank you for watching. See you next time.